channel. So if you want to make money using the MC stuff, the CEO stuff like the crates and Import-Exports, and you're on PS4, please feel free to add me. My name is on in the description down below. Um, when you send a friend request, please let me know what your intentions are. That way I can add you, because I'm not gonna add you if you just have like a blank. If you just send me a blank friend request, I'm not gonna do that. I know even though with the PS4 having a 2,000 friend limit, opposed to the PS3's 100 friend limit, I just don't like. It's not that. It's not you. It's just me. You know, that kind of sort of thing, where I just want to, you know, I just want to know what you're here for. Um, I do want to apologize for yesterday. I didn't do any videos. I didn't do any like car review videos yesterday because, quite frankly, yesterday, even though we did get an adversary mode called land grab, which I'm never gonna do, we didn't get no new vehicles like the returning player stuff. To be perfectly honest, I get my information from other YouTubers. That way, I can give it out to you. Because I know some of you guys don't trust like the big YouTubers like Boss for the Win or Saints fan. I get that. I get that. So, but I get my info from them when I watch their stuff. I let it out to y'all. You know, that kind of stuff. Um, but yeah, like the return player vehicles like the Duke of Death, all that stuff didn't show up yesterday, so there was no point in me doing like a money making, not money making thing, but a video, a reveal video, and like because I have the returning player vehicles like the regular Dukes, the Ballistic Compact, and the Classic Stallion. I can get those at any time I want, but it's no point in me showing you the cars if you guys can't have them. If you guys can't get them, you know. So until Rockstar drops those returning player stuff for you guys, there's just no point for me to do the video for now. So I'm gonna hold up on those until we get more information about the returning player stuff. Um, so that, yeah, there's that. Um, Now you're probably wondering why I'm riding my bike. Well, it's because I'm heading towards my counterfeit cash factory. I was kind of doing that when I was playing last night, and several of my friends were like in like a big fight on free mode, so I had to switch my network back to normal to join up on them and help them out. Because as you know, I'm a jet pilot when I'm not doing this. And even if you do see me online and you see me flying a jet and stuff, please don't shoot me. All right, I'm not there to start shit in in any shape or form. Wait a minute, I had this stuff working the other day. What the hell? Or did I? Oh, not my money making lob. Nah, wrong one. And not my. No. Yeah, I already had this one done already. It wasn't my money making stuff. It wasn't my counterfeit stuff. It was my It was my meth lab. My bad. But anyway, yeah, like I said yesterday, I was just helping my friends out in a full public lobby, because you know people think they're sliding in the jets and all, thinking they're all big and bad. But when someone who actually knows how to fly the jets comes in, like me, they try to fight me, and I just just body them, that sort of thing. Especially this one dude. I mean, I forgot his name and all already, but I wasn't even gonna do this dude anything because I was just, like I said, I was helping my friend OTF Lady Sniper. I was helping him out, and he lagged out of the lobby, so I was just killing the two dudes that were trying to double team on him for a while. And after I left those two guys alone, I went ahead and just started flying away. But as soon as I was flying away, this one idiot, he was I think he was a CEO. Like I said, I forgot his name and all. he uh he starts shooting homing rockets at me, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell did I do to you? So of course I do the usual thing and do the horizontal circle maneuver, trying dodging the homing rockets because those rockets are super easy to dodge once you know how to do the circle right. So I dodge them, and I even went as far as like dirty the guy, like I call what I call dirty the guy. I mean, I pretty much go like call Lamar, that sort of thing, and just body him. I let uh I let the mugger pretty much find the guy for me, because sometimes these morons will go off do that ghost organization crap. So I would use the mugger to find him, and when I find him, when I see where the mugger mugged the guy, I strip the ground. So I did that, and I killed him a few times, and he started messaging me like, "How you scared? You scared?" And I'm like, "Dude, you shot rockets at me. I wasn't even gonna do you anything, that kind of sort of thing." And he just starts messaging me left and right saying I was scared and all that kind of crap. I'm like, dude, if you think you can get me out of the sky, by all means, try. Go get a jet, go get a laser. It's real easy to do so, and try to knock me out of the air. And he goes, "Oh, you scared? You scared? You scared? You even come to the rock, dude." It's not that I'm not scared about the rockets. It's just they're too damn easy to dodge. That sort of thing. So I wasn't gonna waste my time dodging him, relentlessly with him throwing rockets at me. So, long story short, he sent one more message and he just left the lobby. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. You calling me scared, but yet I'm giving you the challenge. Go get a jet, come get me out of the sky, and we'll fight it out that way. Because to be perfectly honest, I like how everybody, when I'm in the air, I just like it how everybody says, "Oh, you scared? You scared on the ground." It's not that I'm not scared at the ground. It's just that you people just like to hide a lot. You guys don't like to come out in the open, and all that shit. And when y'all say come meet me at the beach, y'all just want to snipe. That's what pisses me off. Y'all just want to snipe on the beach. Y'all don't fight with like an MG or fight like with an MG or regular assault rifles. Y'all just want to snipe, and it gets even real, and it pisses me off even more is when y'all start sniping in first person, because of that whole speed difference. Because you can like zigzag back and forth faster than you do in third person, which is really annoying. So that's why I stay in the air most of the time when I'm in the public lobbies. Because A, there's no hiding, and B, I shoot you or you shoot me, it's a done deal. You know? So all these people who say you don't have no gun game, it's not that I don't have any gun game. I'll admit, me fighting on the ground, yeah, I kind of do lag on that. I do lag on that. So I'll give you one up on that. The thing is, you guys just like to hide too much. You guys like to hide. Y'all like to use the grenade launcher glitch where y'all just stand by a corner and just lob grenades left and right. And there's just, at that point, there's just no point in me fighting on the ground. I might as well just stay in the air and just strafe the living crap out of you to teach you guys a lesson. But yeah, so that's my reasoning. So in this whole GTA crap. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it with that. Yeah, that's pretty much it with the whole crap with GTA and with that particular dude. But it's not just him in general. It's like in general when I'm in a lobby helping my friends out, I'm in a jet, and then that one little butthurt kid or dude that just wants to rage at me saying, "Oh, you get out of the jet, get out of the jet." I'm not particularly annoyed by it. I find it pretty much amusing that they will they bitch and complain about people being a jet. But when you think about it, no, I take that back. Um, not when you think about it. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say. It's not that you when you think about it, it's pretty much like y'all bitching and moaning at me being a jet, and y'all want to bitch and moan saying the jet's overpowered. But you're the same you people are the same people that bitch and moan about the tank being overpowered. Like back in the day, like when the game very first came out, you know, and you had people at level 70 already getting the Rhino tank and whatnot. Granted, on the ground, yeah, the tank was overpowered because it had a high defense against rockets. You know, like I think it was like what 6 to 8 RPGs to take it out or something. I know the defense for the rocket for the tank was high at one point, and you had to be like a skilled marksman to take out a driver. There was like a little glitch with the tank where if you shoot in the right spot, you can kill the driver or something. I don't know. But in terms in terms of military vehicles, the Rhino tank and the at the time the Rhino tank and the laser pretty much canceled each other out. Cause for the jet, your defense is your altitude, and if you stay pretty high up in the air against a Rhino tank, the tank won't hit you. But in terms of the tank itself, um, at the time it would take like at least 3 strafe runs on with a jet to knock out a tank. And to me, that pretty using those like if you were using a tank and you, like you flying a jet and fighting against a tank, those two factors pretty much canceled each other out because, like I said, your greatest defense with a jet is the air, and your greatest defense with a tank was its armor capabilities. Because the Rhino tank, its cannon doesn't go 90 degrees up. I think the highest it goes is like, I don't know, what, 55, 60 degrees up? So you have to, like, maneuver your tank to a spot where if you want to knock out a jet, you have to find it in a sweet spot to knock the jet out. But, like I said, people bitch and complained about the Rhino tank being overpowered on the ground, so eventually Rockstar nerfed the tank to where like it takes like 3 to 4 uh rockets to destroy it. But at the same time, those 3 to 4 rockets equate to 1 strafe run with the jet. So you're in a if you're in a tank and you see a jet, you're pretty much screwed because that jet's gonna knock you out easy. Mainly when I see a tank on the ground, I pretty much call that lunchtime because that's pretty much a lunch. That's like a little lunch meal for me on GTA. So every time I see a tank, I go lunchtime, and I just go after the tank and just blow it up. Which to me at this point is a little less rewarding to destroy a tank, cause you know, with it being a one strafe run type deal than it normally used to be. So I still do take the tanks out. It's just if you stupid enough to get a tank and you don't realize that there's a jet in the air, then yeah, you deserve getting killed by the jet. It's like, so what's the point of getting into a tank when there's a jet around, knowing that the jet will take you out? So, but yeah, like I said, people bitched and moaned about the tank. They nerfed it, and now everyone's bitching and moaning that the jet's overpowered. I'm like, well, hang on a minute. When they started bitching and moaning about the jet being overpowered, I'm like, well, y'all bitched and moaning about the tank being overpowered. like I said, the tank and jet pretty much canceled each other out, and now that you pretty much bitched them on about the tank being overpowered and Rockstar nerfed it, y'all screwed yourselves over. Now the jet is the king of the military vehicles, and it's not just any jet. Like y'all can say the Hydra's the better of the two jets, but for me it's the laser because of its high agility. The only thing The only thing the Hydra has over the laser is its ability to land pretty much anywhere, unless you're a grade A pilot and you can land the laser anywhere. That's pretty much it. Like the Hydra, yeah, it has its hover capability. That's like the one thing that the laser lacks, you know. And I keep hearing all these things about, well, when gun running comes out, they need to add like an anti-air defense system, like a SAM rocket launcher or some kind of crap like that. I'm like, you know, if they do that, they're gonna have it nerfed to where if if it they're gonna have it nerfed to where one strafe run will knock it out. Otherwise, that too will be overpowered to a point where people will bitch and moan about it. So yeah, so but to be perfectly honest, even with the laser or the Hydra, it's really easy to take those planes out. It really is. All you have to do is take a sniper gun and just start shooting at the exhaust. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? But yeah, when it comes to the jets again, it's real easy to knock them out, at least temporarily. All you have to do is just shoot your heavy sniper if you have one, or like a sniper in general, because those are high-powered weapons. But yeah, you take one of those and you start shooting the back end of the plane, like the exhaust. You start shooting that up. You start shooting that up, and eventually the plane will start smoking, and the pilot will have to either bail out or or either bail out or go get another jet. Which usually, if it's a laser, they'll usually just fly away to the military base and just go get another one. Excuse me. But if it's a Hydra, they will pretty much call for another Hydra. Oh, Lewandowski, I haven't seen that name in a while. But yeah, they would usually call for another Hydra and fly towards whichever helipad their jet spawns at, and just go. There we go. Got some cops on me. Yeah, they'll usually just wherever their jet spawns at, they'll go there, jump out of their broken one, and land, get another one. You know, that kind of thing. It's a temporary thing, but like a temporary stopgap measure. But if you can follow them before they can get their jet, you can pretty much take their other jet out, which will make them having to call Pegasus all over again or whatnot. You know, that kind of thing. Now, when it comes to the gun running update, there are a few things I wish Rockstar would do about certain things, like weapons, abilities, and that kind of stuff. Like for weapons, for instance. Ever since they came out with like the gun locker and whatnot, I thought that was a pretty neat idea. Thinking, hey, we can put all our unused weapons into this gun locker and we won't have to see them again. Kind of like the pistol or any of the DLC weapons we don't use, or even like the unused shotguns, like the pump action, uh, uh, the shotguns the police use, that kind of sort of thing, you know, or like the micro SMG. I mean, me for instance, I don't use that micro SMG anymore, you know. I mean, I haven't used it since I was like level 20 or something like that. But the problem I have with the way they did it is that even though you can store those weapons in your gun locker, if you don't have that weapon in your weapon wheel, you will pick up the NPC's weapons. And to and and to me, that's like one step forward and 3 steps back. You know, the whole purpose of having the gun locker was to put your unused weapons up. Why should I have to pick up NPC's weapon? You know, the same. If I put that weapon up, why should I still pick up the same weapon the NPC uses that they drop? Why? I mean, you know, why? So I think Rockstar needs to like improve on that a bit more, where they need to improve on the whole gun safe system a little bit better, to where I'm just standing on the mountain for now. But anyway, yeah, they need to improve on the gun safe system to where it auto detects the weapons that are in both your weapon wheel and in your gun locker, so that when you, let's say you put a micro SMG up in your gun locker, all right, and you like do a mission or what I'm doing, and you come across a micro SMG on the ground. The system would detect to see whether it's either in your gun locker or in your weapon wheel. If it's in either of those places, the one you have, it won't let you pick it up. You'll get the ammo, but it won't pick up the gun and put it in your
We got what we need.
in your weapon wheel. But if you don't have the gun, it'll put it in your weapon wheel. But if you're not at the level to have the gun, you'll lose it the moment you leave the lobby. You know, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's the kind of like like I said, they need to improve on that system. Another thing, I know they're saying a bunch of in their newswire about gun running. They said something along the lines of like of weaponized vehicles, which is cool. I mean, the Ruiner 2000 was a neat concept. I mean, like I said in one of my earlier streams, that was nothing more than the kit car. So, well, it is the kit car, or Knight Rider if you want to call it that. My thing is, what other weaponized vehicles are they gonna add? I mean, a lot of people are speculating that they're gonna add the APC from GTA 4, which I wouldn't mind having. I mean, it's a lighter tank with a higher firing rate than the Rhino. Oh, where am I going? I'm sorry, guys. My office used to be in Maze Bank, now I have it in Arcadius. But anyway, a lot of people, yeah, like I said, a lot of people are speculating that the APC's coming to GTA 4 and the Hunter, which is that Vice City San Andreas attack chopper. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's pretty much a slimmer version of the Savage attack chopper that we got on 5 from Heists. Yeah, I'm just going to get my Turismo. Ooh, I didn't realize that was out. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. My thing is, I want a new jet. Like, I'm tired of going for the... I'm tired of having to go to the military base to get the laser, or I'm just tired of having to call from a Hydra. Like, I just want a new jet that's agile like the laser, but versatile like the Hydra. Like, you know, like a mixture of the two, if you will. Now, of course, everyone's gonna say, well, you got the Hydra, why you need something better? Well, to be perfectly honest, where the Hydra excels at, like, its hover capability and whatnot, it lacks in agility. That's why the laser is more preferable in dogfighting than the Hydra. The only problem with the laser is that you have to go and break into the military base to get one. And if you don't know how to do it properly without having your laser getting shot up by either the tanks or enemy jets, you're gonna be spending $5,000 each time you call Lester to put Blind Eye on.
Anything you need, boss. Hello. What do you need? As soon as you've
Anyway,
decided, I'll get the Pegasus
I
rep
just
to
want a new
prepare the
jet.
vehicle.
Like I said,
Whatever you
something
want.
that's
I'll
as
get him to put that
agile
together
as the
in-house.
laser, but versatile like the Hydra. Like the F-35, that was the perfect VTOL type jet they could have put into the game for heist. Now I get it why they did it with the Hydra, why they used like the old version Hydra over the F-35 was because of how the heist worked. Being the jet's like a 40-year-old jump jet that doesn't use the advanced avionics that the F-35 uses, which in turn would have been fried if the EMP went off. So I get that. But now you got this military gun running update coming out. You have the perfect opportunity to put in a new jet that's, like I said, as agile as the laser, but versatile like the Hydra. And it could be pricey. I mean, y'all see how much money I got. I can afford anything. I can pretty much afford anything in this game. Um, yeah. So I know the Hydra was 3 million in for the heist when it first came out. So an F-35 variant that can do what the Hydra and the laser can both do at the same time. If it's priced below 10 million, I'm okay with that. Anything higher than that, then Rockstar's out of their freaking mind, you know? Because I know I seen a video a while back where they were talking about like unreleased vehicles that are in the game files that people have that people looked at. I don't know if this was true or not, but apparently there was a unused jet that's in the game files. It had the body similar to like the A-10 Warthog. And if you don't know what that is, that's like the giant 19-foot flying gun. A lot of people call it, or they call it the Warthog because of the sound the Vulcan cannon makes when it fires. Sounds like a Warthog screeching, you know. It had that kind of like that slim body shape, but instead of having round engines like the A10 has like these square like engines. But it was pretty much an A10 Warthog. So they could add that as long as it's agile enough to fight against lasers, you know. Or the very well, it has to be agile to fight lasers, not just hydras. It has to be agile enough to fight both hydras and lasers, because a good laser pilot can knock out pretty much any jet in the air, you know. Another thing that Rockstar needs to fix up is the god awful Ghost Organization crap. Now I know a lot of you are gonna ask, well, why should they fix that? That's perfect. No, it's not. I've I know a lot of you guys bitching on about the jets being overpowered, but for me, Ghost Organization is overpowered, and I mean it in a literal sense because every time when I'm online with my friends and I see like a big group of people who are in the same crew and they're in multi organizations, they will love to go Ghost Organization, and when they come out, they pretty much there we go, just to match it. They would go pretty much like this, like like retire the current CEO. The current CEO would retire. Um, the current CEO would retire, and someone else would take his spot. Invite the same people and go Ghost Organization again. To me, that's a bunch of bullcrap, and Rockstar knows it. To me, that is unfair. That's pretty much overpowered and they're abusing that ability. So I think Rockstar needs to do it to where
It's got a whole new profile.
they need not only they need to increase the wait time for Ghost Organization, but they also need to make it to where the 4 people that are within that organization, and the cooldown timer affects them as well. So let's say they put the timer
Alright, people, let's get this
to
over the line.
20
The quote is
minutes.
for no damage. Get to the
Once the
fire line back,
once
and we're
that
good.
once the CEO uses it and it goes out, because I think it's what 3 minutes to be off radar for Ghost Organization, and after that it's like what like 2 minutes to recharge it. Well, with wait, if they do it like the way I'm suggesting, after that 3 minutes, the CEO has to wait 20 minutes for it to recharge. All right. Well, they needed, like I said, they needed to make it to where it affects all 4 players in the organization, and like I said, yeah, like I said, they needed to make it to where it affects all 4 people, and because the way I see it working, the new way working, it's like once that CEO goes off and someone else tries to create their own CEO system, their own organization, and invites the same 4 people, they still wouldn't be able to because that one person already done it, you know? But they also needed to make it to where if like regardless if you join another organization, if you were in an organization that already used Ghost Organization and you join someone else's thing, you can't you can't go ghost until the 20-minute time frame is up. That's what I mean. Like, you're affected by it no matter what. Even if you go into another person's organization, you will remain on the map until the 20-minute cooldown time on you is over. You know, that kind of thing. And they also needed to make it to where calling Lester to go off radar that way as well doesn't work until you use Ghost Organization first. Like, I mean, if you're not in the CEO organization, you can use Lester's off radar ability no problem. But if you're in it and you haven't used Ghost Organization yet first, then you need to use that first before you can use Lester's off radar ability. Because with Lester's off the radar ability, you're adding like an
Okay, we
extra
did it.
minute
That one's going on the balance sheet for
to
next quarter.
being off radar. So if the Ghost Organization lasts like 2 to 3 minutes, you attack on another minute. That's like 3 to 4 minutes. You can be off the radar, and you control and grief people that way. Granted, yeah, it's not long, but you can do that. And I've seen a bunch of organizations doing that, and Rockstar needs to do something about that. So I know a lot, like I said, I know a lot of people are bitching and moaning about the Jets, but they need to start bitching and moaning about other organizations abusing the Ghost Organization ability. So yeah. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's my Valito from my yacht. I thought I got away. Anyway. Because I know the information that was leaked about gun running a couple of weeks back was
Good to see you,
fake.
boss.
And I cringed when I first heard about it. Because, like, the guy who originally leaked gun running, they thought he was nothing more than a cuckoo. You know, that kind of thing. And he turned out that the initial reports that he leaked were right. Granted, it took him a while before Rockstar to leak him, you know, to announce it. But He started leaking others. Why can't I? I'm by myself and I can't run. What the hell? Alright, you know what? Let me see something here. Yeah. Make sure my. Alright, I'm gonna go find another lobby. Because now it looks like we're having that issue where VIP work isn't working anymore. We're gonna go check to see what's going on. Otherwise, I'm gonna just have to quit online. I really don't want to stop the stream, but I'm gonna have to quit online for a bit and come back. Maybe that'll trigger it. Anyway, that guy was like saying stuff like they were gonna add like stealth suits that'll keep you off the map and that sort of thing. And when I read when that was being leaked, Charlie Murphy, who's he? Oh, okay, I remember him now. But anyway, as I was saying, when they were leaking all that info about when they were leaking that whole info about oh, what was it? About like the Celsius and whatnot. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. That just makes it way overpowered. So I'm glad the info that the guy leaked out was turned out to be fake and all, but still, if Rockstar adds like anything that gives people stealth, oh, that's fine, Jonathan. You can. That's fine. I'll see you later. To me, that'd be like the biggest mistake Rockstar would ever make. Like them making stealth suits that would make you go off radar for a good long time and all that stuff. And the thought of that, especially if people are flying jets and all, that would just make the game way out of balance. I mean, the game's not balanced to begin with, but having people wearing stealth suits that will make them go off radar and stuff would just would make playing in public lobbies unbearable. You know, that kind of stuff. So I'm like I said, I'm glad that the information, that the info that was leaked was fake to that degree. But you never know what Rockstar would do. There we go. We got our stuff back working. I just don't understand why my stuff was frozen. So now we get to go do this. Continue our little money making stuff. Now let's see. Let's talk about something different. I know everyone's talking. I know last week, like after I did the stream last week on Friday, everyone was talking about Trump doing an airstrike. And yeah, I know I'm going political again, but if you don't want to listen to that, you can just like if you're watching this after the live stream and you don't want to listen to me go talking about Trump and whatnot, you can just skip ahead because, like I said, the main purpose of me doing these live streams is it's for anybody who plays on PS4 wanting to make money, that sort of thing. And yeah, like I said, that's the main purpose of these lobbies. However, I do want to try to kind of live stream up. That's why I talk a bit. So, and I talk about pretty much anything, like in terms of like games or political kind of stuff. That sort of thing. But like I said, if you don't want to hear me talking about what Trump's been doing and all that kind of stuff, I get that. You can just skip ahead. But anyway, this past Friday, Trump launched airstrikes at Syria. Like he threw like 50 something tomahawks Like he ordered like 50 something tomahawks to fly into Syria and attack this one particular air base that was responsible for launching chemical attacks against the Syrian people. And now I know a lot of people, especially the regressive left, they're just want to go, he's getting us into World War III and all that kind of shit. No, first of all, no, he's not. All right. Secondly, it had to be done. I mean, I'm gonna ask these regressive left people one thing: where were y'all when Assad did the strikes the first time around, huh? Where were y'all when Assad did the chemical attacks the first time around and Obama said, we gotta draw this red line. We gotta draw this red line. That, that Syrian people can't, like the Syrian government can't cross anymore. I mean, using chemical weapons in any shape or form, no matter what, like mustard gas, sarin gas, that kind of shit, it's illegal. I know one treaty made it illegal. I think it was the Treaty of Versailles. I could be wrong. I know it was like a major treaty. Like I think it was the one that ended World War One because that's where mustard gas and all that was being used during that particular war. And I think after the fact they stopped. I think after that, when that treaty was signed, they banned mustard gas and whatnot from being used. I mean, don't get me wrong. Even though it's banned by international law, that that doesn't mean that any rogue nation. Ah, crap! I did it again. See, this is the one thing I hate about when I talk a lot. I mean, I just get like, oh crap! I'm gonna die here. I get distracted and I don't see how many. But anyway, like I said, just because get out of this before it blows. Yeah, go in the water. Huh, that would have been funny if we saw like a little geyser of water coming out after they blew up. But like I said, it doesn't matter if using chemical weapons is banned from the international law. Some rogue nations will use it as like as an example against their people or against their enemies. So yeah, that's the problem with with that. But and I find it funny how everyone was trusting. I'm not gonna blame the Russians. I mean, they're just as gullible as anyone else. They're people. They're not perfect. And they're gonna believe Assad and them saying, "Oh, we're gonna get rid of these chemicals," and 4 years later, yeah, 4 years later, the Assad regime does another chemical attack where men, women, and children were indiscriminately killed or slaughtered by these gas attacks. Oh man, I got the car stuck. Oh, nope. Alright, got it out. So yeah, did Trump have to do it? He didn't have to, but he did it anyway. And in hindsight, yeah, it needed to be done, but it was only a lot of even though a lot of our allies praised Trump for doing it, some of them did say it was only cosmetic because the strikes only targeted like some of the aircraft and some of the in the weapon bunkers and all that stuff. They didn't knock out the uh the airfield out. I mean, the runways was still usable and all, but like within, I don't know, a few minutes or a few hours later, they started doing planes started taking off from that airbase again.
everything you need, boss. Oh, hi.
But
What can I do for you?
in the end, it
As soon
needed to
as
be
you've
done.
decided, I'll get the Pegasus rep to prepare
It
your
needed to
vehicle.
show. We needed to show
It's on the way to the helipad.
the Syrian government, and yeah, even I'm gonna say it, even the Russian government. We needed to show them, like, and say, hey, we're not playing around anymore. The old administration y'all used to deal with is gone. We're a new administration. And if you keep on doing these chemical attacks, we will go after you. We will stop. We will retaliate. I mean, because, come on, using chemical weapons like against these people. I mean, I mean, granted, yeah, I'm like, granted. Oh, what I'm trying to get it. I get it. That they were just trying to stop the rebels and all, but come on now. But yeah, we needed to do something. I mean, the civil war that's been going on in Syria has been going on for well over 6 years now. I mean, they gotta stop this. I mean, it's getting way out of hand over there. I mean, it's getting so out of hand that that Doomsday Vault up in in Finland or Norway, one of those countries had to be opened because the seeds that like the crop seeds that normally grow in Syria had to be withdrawn. Some of them had to be been withdrawn from that Doomsday Vault because of the Civil War. Yeah, no need to throw that away. So that Civil War needs to stop. Like seriously, I think what needs to be done is that what I think is that the heads of the Syrian government and the rebel leaders just need to come together in a diplomatic fashion and talk things over. I know Assad wants to have his country back to normal, but at the same time the rebel leaders want Assad gone. They need to come up with some sort of compromise. And granted, I know it's the Middle East, they don't do compromises that well, but they need to do something because the civil war is getting way out of hand. And of course, not only that was going on, but there was another terrorist attack that happened in. You know what? I need to go throw something away. I'll be right back in the. Like, give me like 3 minutes and 3 to 4 minutes, and I'll talk about the next thing. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Like I was saying before, went to go throw something away. Uh, there was another terrorist attack in Sweden around the same time. Trump was like telling the world that he attacked, like he threw an airstrike at Syria. Anyway, some dumbass dude that was refused asylum into Sweden took it upon himself to get into a running truck, not like driving running, but like the engine was running. He took it upon himself to get in this truck, and I believe, well, I think he drove what 1,600 meters from where the truck was to where it crashed, and he killed, injured, and maimed like dozens of people and stuff like that. And after the truck crashed into a department store, he just casually walked out and disappeared. Like he didn't give a shit. He didn't give a fuck. And this guy was a immigrant. He was a Middle Eastern immigrant from, I don't know, either Syria or somewhere in the Middle East where it's really messed up over there. And I just find it funny because when I first heard about it, the I think it was the Swedish Prime Minister pretty much said that we are never going to go back to mass migration after this. But at the same time, another official say, "Oh, we're going to defeat terrorism with kindness." I'm thinking to myself, okay, first off, with the Prime Minister or whoever said the first bit, you're too freaking late. It's too late for you you to be saying, "Oh, we're going to stop mass migration." It's too late. They're already there. I mean, it's so bad in Sweden that they got no go zones, literal no go zones, where not even the postal service would go into these areas out of fears of being attacked because they will get attacked. I mean, like some Australian journalists went there one time and they started beating up the crew. It's that bad. I mean, it's like I said, so bad that they have to have no go zones. Not even cops or ambulances will go to these specific zones because they will get attacked. And it's sad that Sweden is going down this road. They've had multiple times to trying to say, you know what, enough's enough, get the hell out of the country, but no, they don't. So I firmly think that Sweden's going to be the first country in Europe that's going to fall to this Muslim caliphate or whatever they're going to do. I mean, it's already happening in Sweden. It's starting to happen in Germany to an extent and whatnot. I mean, it's not in Germany. It's not as bad as it is in Sweden, but it's eventually it's gonna get there. Now I know a lot of you people are gonna say, "Oh, you just, dude." It's not that. I don't. When it comes to down here in the U.S., for me, for instance, I don't mind if people come to this country. I really don't. But the problem I have is that some of these people are coming here for the intent to hurt innocents, innocent Americans. That some of these people didn't. That most of these jihadists don't either. That most of these jihadists don't know these people. We're just trying to live our life the same way as y'all, one day at a time, you know. And because you're trying to force your religious beliefs onto other people. I'm just checking. I got like 3 minutes to go. You're trying to force your religious beliefs on other people, and and down here in America, that's not tolerated. I mean, I'm Catholic, and I don't force my religious beliefs on other people. Why should you force your beliefs on me? Because it says in the Quran? That's that's bullshit, and you know it. But anyway, I believe Sweden is just too little, too late for them. Um, I got nothing against the country, but its government is too far gone for that country, and I think the Swedish people need to not rise up, but they need to say to their government, enough's enough. Like I said, I mean, yeah, I don't live there and all, but from what I'm seeing, enough's enough. You know. Uh. Oh yeah. Um. The other. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember hearing about that whole rape allegation about those immigrant kids I think one they were 17 and 18 in Maryland, where they pretty much got this 14-year-old. I don't know, 14 or 15-year-old. Was it 14? Yeah. Well, anyway, long story short, they forced her to have sex with her in a girls' bathroom at this high school in Maryland. And it became a public outcry because you have these 17 and 18-year-old immigrants, undocumented immigrants, mind you, in a freshman class with 14 and 15-year-olds. Like, really? How can y'all have this? But there's one particular instance that was a lot worse. I've heard about this yesterday, where these immigrants, I think it was in Ohio, it was somewhere in the Mid East, not not that Mid East, our mid, like like the Mid Eastern states, you know, like Ohio and Illinois, that kind of place. What's up, J Boss? Um, I mean, the story was just gruesome. Like, it was sick beyond belief. Needless to say, after it was reported, I think the attorney general, the state attorney general, threatened the family of the little girl that got raped, threatened them not to discuss this. Even as I mean, it went as far as like the Obama administration going up and say, "Don't talk about this." You know, I mean, it's that disturbing because we're having all these immigrants coming into the country, and we don't know what their intentions are.
Get
You
ready to
know,
work.
that kind of stuff. And like I said, I don't mind them coming to this country to start a new life. I really don't mind that, but we have to do something better to make sure that we can safeguard our own citizens against monsters like this. You know,
Look at me, mama. Printing
and
license plates
to
for
be
a record.
perfectly honest, that story about the little girl and wherever, this was first report. This was oh nothing. J Boss just doing the whole weekly thing, just ranting, talking, you know, that kind of stuff. But as I was saying, that whole thing with that girl in the mid eastern states, wherever, I think it was, like I said, Illinois, Ohio, whatever. That happened like sometime last year, and we're just hearing about it now. Like, seriously? Trust me, if one of my nieces, God forbid, God forbid, and knock on wood, if one of my nieces
Wouldn't
gets
recognize it.
attacked in that sort of fashion by an illegal immigrant, I ain't using a freaking gun, you know? I am not using a gun. I got a 3-foot blade at home. All I gotta do is get it sharpened. I got a 3-foot blade at home, and I'm not afraid to use it. I will not be afraid to use it whatsoever. You know, I know a lot of you people who kind of do watch my streams every now and then. You have loved ones, you have little kids, and and to be perfectly honest, you would feel the same way as I would. Let one of these motherfuckers touch one of my nieces. Let them. And I catch them, they will experience a slow and gruesome pain. Far more than what they inflicted on my family. Screw a gun. That's just the. I know a lot of people like to use guns and all. That's well and good. You know, I'm not gonna get into that type of argument again. But like I said, let them. I'm not. I'm not a gun type. I'm not a gun
Whole
person.
new profile.
I'm more in the terms of blades, like swords, that kind of thing. I like swords over guns anyway, if any day. But yeah, let one of these fools touch one of my nieces to a point where it gets not only not only makes it uncomfortable for them, but for me as well. Like they
Okay,
want to try
after
to
what we
sexually
put into
assault
this one,
them.
we don't want it to go wrong. Take the car to the sale, and if another crew comes
I'll
after it,
gladly go
do
to prison for
everything you
them.
can to stop them.
I will not. I will. Like I said, I got a 3-foot blade at home, and I will gladly use it against these motherfuckers. You know. But that's just me. I wouldn't use a gun. No, I would skewer them. I'll castrate them first, then skewer them. I mean, yeah. Like I said, that's just me. I mean, I don't know about anyone else. So, what else? Oh, yeah, I mean, like I said last week, I am trying to play through that game, Kerbal Space Program, on PS4. And it's not going well. I mean, if you don't know what Kerbal Space Program is, I'll tell you. Just give me a moment. KSP, or Kerbal Space Program, is pretty much like it's a simulator. It's like a space simulator, in a way. Um, you get to run your own space administration, and you help these little green dudes called Kerbals fly up into space and that sort of thing. Well, unfortunately, the console versions that both the PC, PS4, and the Xbox One got, it's an incoherent mess. And I'm not talking about the controls. I mean, granted, the game was its best made on PC, so what are you gonna do about it, huh? The controls are a mess to begin with, but it's the game itself. It's just an incoherent mess. Like it's not a mess because of the developer squad. They're not the they're not the problem. The blame needs to go on the the third party that ported the PC version to the consoles, which was Flying Tiger. The version we got was version 1.1.0. And okay, you know what? To be perfectly honest, both parties are to blame because the console, because when that version came out on PC, they even had problems with the version. But console versions, the console version of the game is just plagued with the same problems as the PC version of the game. Granted, the PC version now doesn't have the problems as we do today, but still, I mean, the game is just it's broken. I'm gonna say it's just broken. Like if you try to do a like career mode, the game would crash constantly, to even to a point where the crashes would even delete your save, like it will corrupt the save. So even in science mode or in sandbox mode, it doesn't matter which mode you play in. The game will occasionally crash, and in the extreme cases, the game will crash so bad that the save file gets corrupted. And I think on PC it's like 1.2, 1. Oh crap! Strict the card so much it damaged it. It's like 1.2, 1.2.3, something like that. And I think Squad announced that the PS4 and Xbox One versions were gonna get that version soon, but that was back in August of last year. So since then, Squad got rid of Flying Tiger and is working with another company called Blitworks that, from what I've read on on a KSP forum site, Blitworks has a higher repu- uh, reputation of porting games to consoles than Flying Tiger did. But they're taking their time, which I get it, I can understand. But they've been announcing the 1.2 version for PS4 and Xbox One since the beginning of the year, and we haven't heard much. So I don't know when The game's supposed to be updated. Okay, point 23 minus 23 here.
Okay, we did it. That one's going on the balance sheet for next quarter.
So I don't know when the game's gonna get fixed. Because like I said last week, I've been trying to get that achievement called Look Ma No Tractor Beams, which is to get 2 different ships to dock in space. Now I've been trying to. Sorry, stretching my back out. Now I've been trying to dock my make sure I have this on. Okay. Now I've been trying, like I said, I've been trying to dock 2 differently launched ships together. The closest I've ever gotten it was 300 meters between the 2, and that when I got that close, the game just laughed at me saying, "Oh, are you going for this? Well, fuck you," and crashed and killed the save. So I tried a different approach. I tried doing the Apollo method, which is to build like an Apollo-style rocket that was multi-stage, and at the top you had your command module and you had the lander. So I tried that, and it doesn't pop the trophy. I don't know why it's not popping it. Honestly, I think it's because it's all in. I think it's all in, like an all-in-one ship. So I might have to do the Apollo-style ship again, but break it up in terms of the like assembling it. So I went as far as asking somebody on the KSP forums to try it out, see if they can get it to pop, and if they get it to pop, tell me what they're doing differently than what I'm doing, because I have no idea how this works. I mean, if the game, if KSP is trying to tell you, the only way you can pop this achievement out is do it our way, then to be perfectly honest, that's just bullshit, you know. It really is bullshit that they're forcing people to pop these, unlike these, well, not pop it, unlike these trophies, doing what the game tells you to. If I have 2 different ships, like a, why it says 5 and yet I don't have 5 yet. Oh, I talked about this earlier, J Boss. Honestly, I have no idea. I mean, everybody thought, even the big YouTubers thought that the Duke of Death was coming out yesterday, and unfortunately it didn't. Not even the other returning player vehicles like the Dukes, the Stallion, the Ballista Compact, the Kraken, and the Seaplane, the Dodo Seaplane. None of those have coming out yet. So we do have another adversary mode coming out next week, which is called Top Down. So everyone's kind of thinking that at least the other returning player vehicles, like the ones I mentioned, other than the Duke of Death, are coming out. Next week. That's what everyone thinks. But the speculation is that Rockstar may be holding the Duke of Death until Gun Running comes out, which a lot of people thinking that's coming out in either late May, early June. So at this point, it's gonna come out when it comes out. I'm just gonna say that, you know. So until then, we're just gonna have to wait and see what Fun and W2 or Yan say when they look into the files and see when those cards come out. So, like I said, it's just a wait and see. But anyway, like I said about the whole thing with KSP, even though you have like 2 differently docked ships or 2 differently, oh, speaking of which, J-Boss, look at this. Duke of Death on the Wastelander. Too bad I can't drive it. But yeah, like I said, back to KSP. If I have two different ships and they're going up in one rocket, and I can dock them together, that should be enough to unlock the trophy. So, like I said, I could talk to somebody on the forums and I asked them, "Can you please try it with the Saturn V and see if you can unlock the trophy from there?" And you know, you tell me what you've done differently so I can replicate the results myself, so I can pop the trophy because I've tried docking my CSM or the command module to the lander. I've even went as far as doing 2 complete orbits around Kerbin, and went as far as doing like a splashdown and reentry, and that didn't pop the trophy. So, like I said, I have no idea what the hell's going on with the game. Because I've even asked one dude who got the platinum recently, and I asked him, not the platinum, because the game has a bug trophy, and in the platinum's unattainable. But that one trophy is like a gold trophy. And I asked the guy, "Hey, how did you get that docking trophy?" But the guy hasn't responded yet, so I don't know if he's ever going to respond. So until they fix the game, I might not touch it for a while again, like I done last time. Um, or unless that guy who I asked to do the Saturn V rocket method for me, see what he can find out, that kind of stuff. See if he can figure it out, that kind of sort of thing. Um, other than when I talked about the whole want to do the path to the platinum series on my channel, playing games, not doing them live stream, but just playing them. That way you can see me unlocking these trophies and whatnot. I'm also, um, I was also thinking about doing like a retro series. I do have an emulator on my computer called RetroArch. It's like an all-in-one uh emulator. You can do like NES, SNES, Sega, Genesis, 32X. I'm not sure about the 32X or the CD. I think you can do that, but you can do like pretty much emulate any of the old systems. I think up to PS1 and I think even Dreamcast. I gotta check the cores of those. Anyway, I was thinking of doing like a retro series with some of the Super Nintendo games I own, like the Super Star Wars series. I've already done Super Star Wars on PS4, which was all in good, but the other two the Star Wars games are not on PS4, so there's no point in me doing those yet, unless when Battlefront 2 comes out and they do another voucher like they did with Battlefield or Battlefront, where it's a voucher code for like 4 classic Star Wars games, and Empire and Return of the Jedi are those two, then I'll do it that way. But like I said, I was thinking about doing a retro series using RetroArch and playing the games that way. But I need to find a good capture software, because the ones I've tried, like Cam Studio and like I tried doing Cam Studio, I tried Filmora, I tried there's another one I tried. It's one of the more popular ones that some of these big YouTubers do when they do live streams with retro consoles. I've tried those, but with my computer as old as it is, every time I try to do like a screen capture with it, along with RetroArch, the game just slows down to a crawl. So I need to find one that I need to find a. Let me look it up. Oh, it's called OBS Studio. Oh, the other one I tried using. Um, I'm thinking about trying to look into Fraps again. Not Fabs, Fraps. I'm looking into Fraps again, because I've used that before and it worked pretty well, but I need to find like a cracked copy of it, because RetroArch along with the OS just eat up a lot of resources, and like I said, my computer's old as hell. Like it's like 8 years old since I've had this computer for 8 years, and unless I can find a good capture software, yeah, I just swallowed something. If I can find a good capture software that doesn't eat up a lot of resource power, and that doesn't eat up enough resources on my computer, that way RetroArch can run the games not near perfect, because you you know, but perfect enough for that the game doesn't slow down on me when I play it. Then I'll just have to wait for that series to start up until I get a new computer. Unless, I wonder if I can do like, I don't know if I can do virtualization. What the hell? I'm thinking about try to do it virtually, like on a virtual machine, because I know my computer can do it, but I think it can only do like Windows XP. Just need to reinstall the Microsoft's virtual machine system to my computer. Because when I first saw that Microsoft had their own virtual PC system was on my copy of Windows 7 Ultimate, there's like a little link you can type into the URL into your web browser where you can download like a free copy of XP, like a virtual copy of XP, and install it on the virtual machine, and it'll run fine. So I might try that. Might run uh RetroArch on it in a capture software and see how do you get empty lobbies. There's a way you can do it. There's like two methods on how you can get your own private public lobbies, JBoss. The way I do is it's like I go into my internet settings on my PlayStation. Instead of doing like an easy connection, I go custom, and I keep everything normal except for the MTU settings. Instead of having that automatic, I go custom on that, and I set the numbers like real low, like 700, 850, that kind of range, and I just go with that. And it takes me a little longer to load into lobbies, but once I'm in, I get a lobby by myself, and people can join on me. But the problem I have is that if I try to join up on other people, it'll just put me into another lobby. So that's my way. The other way is more simpler. It's a chain. It's like once you get into a lobby, you go into your settings, into your time settings on your PlayStation, and this also works on Xbox. But you go into your time settings and you set your year date 1 year higher. And when you go back in the game, you see the game freeze you let the game freeze a bit, like for 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds, I think, and then you go back into your time settings and you switch it back to the current year. And then once you go back into the game, it'll reload it'll reload it. It won't reload the game, but it'll like kick everyone out of the lobby, but you'll stay in it, and no one can join you. And no, like I think no one can join you whatsoever because of the game or whatever. But yeah, those are the two ways I know how you can get into your own private public lobby. I would show them off, but because of how the PlayStation's recording system works, it doesn't record like your like you can't gameplay record your the XMB and that kind of stuff. So there's unfortunately I can't show you how to do it. But there are videos on YouTube that show you how to do both ways. So Just look it up, and you can get, and you'll be able to get into your own private pub. You'll be able to get your own private public lobby, and be able to do all this stuff on your own in peace. Because, like I said, I mean, if I'm in a crowded public lobby, I don't typically do my money making stuff there because I know there's gonna be a troll or two that's gonna just want to kind of grief on me. So I just don't mess with my stuff. But that doesn't mean I'm not. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm a jet pilot. But if I'm in a if I'm in a lobby and I see people doing their stuff, I ain't gonna mess. I'm not gonna mess with your stuff. I mean, I know firsthand how time consuming this stuff is. Being as I do this stuff on my own, you know. So yeah, that's how that's how you do those. That's how you get in your own public lobbies. Is it cheating? No, because you're not manipulating the game. Like you're not doing no glitches to get your own lobby. All you're doing is manipulating your connection speed. Like you're manipulating your connection. That's all you're doing to hack you out into your own lobbies. Now sometimes you don't, if you don't like, if you don't want to do like the whole messing with the MTU settings, or not messing with your time and stuff, every now and then the game will spit you into your own private public lobby. Like, even if you have your stuff set to normal, it will do it. It's just how bad the servers aren't terrible, they're just like that, you know. Whoop 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 whoop. Got it. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, the way I do it, I have to, if I want to join into a crowd, if I have to join with my friends, like they need help with me in the air and stuff like that, I would have to go into my settings and just switch everything back to normal, and I'm in public lobbies. But yeah, like I said, this is not cheating in any. I mean, would Rockstar see this as cheating? As long as I'm not doing any glitching, like money glitches and whatnot, then I don't see them. I don't see them seeing this as cheating, because, like I said, I'm not using no glitches. I'm not doing no exploits. I'm pretty much just limited my connection. That's all I did. I'm still connected to the game. I'm using what Rockstar has provided to make money, which is DMC stuff, the import-export stuff, or the crates. Now I don't do my crates anymore because, like I said, that's more time consuming than import-export. But I'm not doing none of that stuff that will get people banned or thrown into bad sport lobbies, you know. Oh yeah, that's one thing Rockstar needs to fix. Add an option on when you walk into your office. They need to add an option to go to the roof, like they do when you enter your office. You know how you have like this in exit to roof. They need to have a option at the base floor where it says go to the roof. You know, that way you don't have to go into your office to go to the roof. You know, that kind of thing. Now, I mean, after I get to the my vehicle warehouse, and then I go do a couple of things outside. I'm gonna go bring in the trash cans and check the mail. So let me just fly this cargo bob to the to my vehicle warehouse, and I'll be back in a little bit. I mean, I'll keep the stream going. So Well, yeah, that'll happen. I mean, wait, wait a minute. You're not supposed to get bad sport points from blowing crates up. You might have gotten enough bad sport points when you blew up their cars and all. Yeah, that'll send you to the bad sport lobby. And the best way I know how to get out of that is to co-op with other people who want to get out of bad sport lobbies with doing missions and stuff. And I don't know if that still works, you know, but just do missions to shorten your time because I think your first infraction was probably what 2 weeks in bad sport or a few days. I don't know. I've never been in bad sport lobbies before, and I can't see going into them. You know. All right, I'll be right back. I just need to go and put the cans up and check the mail. So you might just see me standing in my vehicle warehouse for a little bit. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So you have one more day in bad sport. Well, all I gotta tell you is don't go on a bad sport again, because I think the next time you go on a bad sport, your account might be wiped or banned or something. X cars at Muscle Tampa. All right.
Okay, let's get it ready to ship. paid well below my skill level.
I'm so used to the curve controls that I really with the left and right stick. And what's the difference? Oh, one of them's chrome. One of them has a bumper chromed, and the other one doesn't.
Wouldn't recognize it.
Nah, no, let it go. Keep going with muscle. Just because I painted my car blue doesn't mean I want blue tire smoke.
It's all or nothing on this one. The work wasn't cheap. Get the car to the buyer clean. This should be a payday, people.
Let me see if I'm gonna check into my computer real quick. I mean, I'm still gonna play this, but I'm gonna check my programs here. I want to see if I know I have something in here. Okay, I got the car. I need to fly up high enough that way the AI doesn't want to kind of spawn in on me, you know? Where's that? We're high enough so that the AIs don't spawn on me, so... Oh, here we go. Just, you know, watch, I don't know if what I'm about to do will still work in, like, the website. Yeah. Hover up higher a little bit. Alright, yeah, come over here. car off. Pull up to bleed some speed off, and there you go.
This is huge. We got a sale. Great job out there.
I know a lot of people are asking, well, since you're in these kind of lobbies, do you think you killed off the challenge of people coming to stop you? Yes, and technically no, because in terms of the in terms of the import-export stuff, if you're in a lobby by yourself, and you're selling a car, the game does throw enemy NPCs at you. They don't do it. The game doesn't do that if you're with other people, but if you're by yourself, yeah, the game will throw NPCs at you to try to stop you, or at the very least, damage your car so you don't get the full amount. That's why I use the cargo bob to fly to deliver these vehicles. Now, if I had like a friend with me in the lobby and we're doing our own separate stuff, then I would just drive the car to the destination, you know? And there we go. Alright, go back down to the floor and start up the next VIP job, which is gonna be fortified. Now you're gonna see. I hit. Wait. Oh, for a moment there, I thought I hit plowed. Then I realized, yeah. I mean, the armored box will just have like that little wedge-shaped nose on it, kind of like the Phantom Wedge, only smaller. So it almost made me think I was using the Phantom Wedge again. But yeah, there is a reason why I kind of moved my office from the Mace Bank Tower to Arcadius. One is to, well, it's just one reason, to be honest, and that's the way the garage entrance works. Uh, Because I can use, because that little garage, the little drive-in garage that the Arcadius Tower has, you can just drive in there and just hide from. You can just hide from aerial attacks. That's like the best thing about that place is that it's like you're shielded, you know. I mean, you're not shielded from players from coming into the area, like the entrances, like right here that I'm driving away from, or like right here, just driving. Not like driving there and hit the column, but like driving here, turning around. I mean, yeah, you're by yourself. You come out, boom, and of course the guard from the garage is running away. Like, really, dude? Anyway, Get back in the thing. And just wait it out. And with the AI coming at you with uh buzzards, the buzzards can't really can't do much, you know. Sometimes they'll I'm just reading something. Sometimes the game will do like it's doing now, not throw anything for a good while, and sometimes they'll throw other land-based attacks, or they'll throw the buzzards in sooner or later. So for now, we'll just sit and wait until the time runs out, and when the time runs out, we'll get 35,000. I'm gonna call for my car. Yep. You see, look, the moment I get out of the Boxville, I get 2 buzzards. Take out the driver, the pilot, and boom. Now we're not gonna worry about the other one. He can stay there, cause he can stay there. He won't come towards us. Oh, and the other reason why I like it, the sheer the reason why I moved my office to the Arcadia side is just the sheer convenience of the place. You know, the moment I'm done with the mission, I can just go and run into my office. You know. Let me check something real quick. Nope, nothing yet. I think the buzzer crashed. Let me get back in the car or back in the truck real quick. Because I don't know if the game is gonna spawn in more AI. That was funny. Just walking around in the parking lot and boom, the buzzer blows up. Oh yeah, 2 new buzzers. Well, you know what? 50 seconds left to go, so I'm just gonna get out of it into my car. Even if you didn't, even after the thing's over with, you gotta have to wait until the box fill blows up from self detonation. That way the two buzzers can leave you alone. And there's 35 grand in my pocket. Now we'll just have to wait until the the box fill blows up. Alright, now we'll just move on to the office and go back into the cargo bob and go do another mission.
There's the boss.
Next car we're selling is the Milky Way Turismo R. And that's another thing. Rockstar needs to kind of organize the import-export vehicles. Like why are some of these vehicles like the Turismo R and like the Turismo R and the Banshee 900 R, they're supercars and yet they're standard ranges. And yet you have some other cars like the Entity in its internal, those are supercars and they're mid-range. Like they need to organize these cars based on pricing, you know? I mean, I really don't know how they organize this stuff, but yeah, they do need to fix it up a bit. So yeah, after these two cars, well, no, I think, no. After these two, that's 4 and 5, 6, 7, and after the Topless Coquette Classic, we'll go check on the, on our math lab again, because I know I probably gotta, it's probably need to be resupplied again, if not, we do a, what? Give me the X86? Uh-uh. Huh. Wait a minute. 4/12/2017. That's today. Alright, we'll try the x86 module then. What? Probably not. I mean, normally I would live stream other games on Thursday, but I don't have much games to live stream with. I mean, I might try something. Who knows? I just gotta find something. If I can get this whole virtual PC stuff to work on my computer and find a program that will run best with on it with RetroArch, I'll do something then. So we just gotta. I'm gonna figure something out, J Boss. Who knows? Wait a minute. Make sure I'm getting the right car. Yeah, Milky Way and Top Dog. Okay, here we go.
You know
All
what
right,
we've
I'll
got
catch
to
you
do?
later, J Boss.
Look at me, Mama. Printing license plates for a living. I can still work a spray can.
Yeah, I'm making my this Turismo R look like the Turismo Classic to an extent.
Wouldn't recognize it.
Okay, the work's been done. Take the car to the buyer and don't let another organization get in the way.
Now you're probably asking why I didn't put a spoiler on the car. Well, why should I put a spoiler on the car that I'm going to be using the cargo about to fly it? I mean, that's one good thing I like about the Turismo Classic is that it doesn't suffer the same problem the Turismo R does when it goes over curbs. You know? 009 6002. Grab the car and we are airborne. Let's see where we gotta bring this thing. All the way in there in South Chumash. Okay. Here we go. Hmm. I'm glad Rockstar kind of fixed the whole issue with the cargo bobs. With the whole the hook on the cargo bob. I'm glad they fixed it because that was beyond BS. When every time you would fly a car, and the car would randomly unhook itself from the cargo bob, and then it drops down to the ground. Fortunately, the car doesn't blow up, but you do lose like $10,000 or so off of the car. Sorry, I had to kind of do like an emergency dip so I can get rid of the enemy AI that just loves to come at me at the last second. There we go.
This is huge. We got a sale. Great job out there.
Yeah, sure. So yeah, I got 181.05-ish million now. Hey, I'm just I know a lot of people are saying, why you get this much money? Well, it's because I'm getting ready for the gun running update. 'Cause you never know how much this stuff's gonna be, you know? So better be safe than sorry, you know. So a lot of the big YouTubers are speculating that the update's gonna cost in excess of. Well, let's put it this way: like if the cheapest MC Clubhouse is 200,000, and the cheapest um office is $1 million, and then the cheapest bunker, since they're all gonna be in the countryside, the cheapest bunker I think would be at least 3 to 5 million. And that's not including all the amenities you can do for it, like you can do with the clubhouses and the offices. So I'm gonna say you're probably gonna need at least 10 million, at least for the bare minimum, but you might need more. Alright, go back downstairs so we can start the next one. Velocity's the next one, so we'll go start it. Like I said, the best places to do the velocity VIP job is at the airport, because you don't have all these obstructions like AI cars wanting to stop you, you know, and stay in your way long enough until the rocket car blows up. And of course, you're probably wondering what's all with the white garages on my mini map. Well, it's because I kind of moved like all my stuff around. Like I still have the penthouse in in the Eclipse Towers, which is kind of ironic. Um, but like my stilt houses, I got rid of them, and I got rid of the stilt homes and just moved like those 10 and just moving into 10-car garages for those, because I really didn't need those homes. Plus plus with the utilities and all, I was paying like 2,400 a day in utilities. So I mean, I'm still paying over $2,000, but I'm saving $375, which I know is not much, but yeah. Hmm. It's my computer. It's medicine on my computer. I don't have. Hyper-V, what the hell's going on? Oh, of course I have to download it. What the hell? Not in here? Ah. I think I turned it off on services. Let me look. Oh, that's enable Hyper-V in Windows 10. Hang on a minute. Let me Uh-oh. Get back on the road. PowerShell. Press admin. I might kill my computer by doing this, but who knows? It looks like it's working. I have to enable Hyper-V before we can use it, which is kind of stupid. little bit of the rocket engine. Let that run in the. Yeah, I know this is boring and all. You know, watching me going around in circles at the airport. Damn, I had to restart my computer for this? Might as well. Save my business master folder file here. Close these down. And type. Close that. Type in yes or restart and let the computer do its business. Of course, now I don't have access to my business file for the time being while my computer is working. Yeah, that killed me. If you do it just right, it won't kill you, but yeah, that killed me. Nah, just my iPod run for a little bit. And of course, the AI still incompetent of seeing somebody walking on the street. I'll wait for my computer to restart. Uh, should restart before I get to my office. Well, not to my office, to my vehicle warehouse. Thinking about moving my vehicle warehouse, but I kind of like the place where it's at right now. It's because that's a great place to land my cargo bob. I don't know if any of the other spots are good enough to land it. I mean, the LSIA place is pretty big enough for me to land it. Um, Not this spot. Um, oh, definitely not here. I'm gonna have to check this out, but this is further away than doorbell. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. It's the exterminator. Coming to spray around. Okay, let that run. Okay, let me look. I'm still looking at properties here. But yeah. No. No. I don't know. What do you, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, like I said, I want to try to move somewhere else with my vehicle warehouse, but I just don't know where. So, unless you have an idea which one you want me to go, just let me know. Next week we'll touch base on that. But for now, we're just gonna stay with the one I got. Now my computer's back on.
You thought about giving me some shares, boss?
Get my business master file back on. You go deliver a car. Put the live stream back on real quick. Who's coughing? Random AI, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. There we go. Business files back online. Trying to get the plane to land. And there's our Hyper-V manager. Good, good. I might stop the Hyper-V manager after it's running. And I'll do it again after the stream's over with. Alright. Next car is the last of the standards, which is the top dog. Yeah, we're gonna do the same thing with this one.
Okay, let's get it ready to ship. No one's looking for that plate.
Give it a more formula red. Metallic. Nope, go chrome. You know what? We're not gonna do it all the way red. I mean, not, you know.
Wouldn't recognize it. Got a whole new profile.
Don't let Mr. Boswell win for you. You can't have these like the wheels similar to the stock Turismo Classic. They're not only in the off-road variety, but they're also in tuner variety. So I know he said in his little video last week about when the Turismo Classic came out that you can only get it in the 5 stars in
It's all or nothing on this one.
in
The work
off-road, but
wasn't
you can also
cheap.
get them in
Get the
tuner.
car to the buyer clean. This should be a payday, people.
And to be perfectly honest, I have the chrome tuner rims for free on my, if I go into LSC or in my CEO garage, I do have those for free. You can't. I'm gonna show you. Where is it? In info? No. Stats. Okay. Unlocks. No. I think it's in awards. Yeah, you come to here. And you have all these rims that you can, these chrome rims that you can unlock. See, let's see, tuner. See, you have tuner. The tuner rims are unlocked, so now I can get use the tuner rims, any of the tuner rims for free. same thing with the chrome bike rims. I get those for free. I have those free. I have the sport rims for free. The lowrider rims for free. The only ones I don't have free yet. Oh, and I have the high-end rims for free. So the chrome high-ends, yeah. The only ones I don't have free yet are the muscle, the SUV, and the off-road. That's why when I do my car reveal videos, I always use the SUV rims, chrome SUV rims, as for the highest one, because I have the others. The like, if I were just doing a sports car, I can't do sports rims, chrome sports rims, because I don't have those for the price anymore. You know. So we're gonna get this car. We're gonna get high enough, and now we're gonna go and move. All right. Yeah, we're high enough so that the AI doesn't spawn. One, if you go below that that last line that my altimeter line is on, if you go way below that line, the AI will start coming now. So you, like right now, so we wanna keep it away from that line, but we also want to start going. Shit. And I damaged the car again, so that's $23, I think. The game doesn't see it yet, but once we burn it down, that's 46 bucks we lost so far. There we go. So yeah, another 23 gone. Alright. It's not much, but it does kind of start eating away. So far, I've made over a little over a million bucks on standard range cars alone. But this is, I've been doing this for quite longer, so it's more than that. But I've been having to keep readjusting my data sheet every now and then. So, all right, next car would be the Midnight Cheetah.
Anything you need, boss.
Alright, now we go back down and do the next 4. Do the 4 VIP jobs once again. You know, plowed, transport, velocity. Wow, that sucks. Yeah, wait a minute. You see something here? Maybe I have a open. Nope. Great. Oh, that. I got $2,000 for good behavior. Ah. Alright. It always starts me at the frigid factory. I don't know why. Then again, I'm not complaining and all, but I wish it just randomizes the starting points. It'll do it every now and then. Like I will have to go to the construction site and whatnot, but most of the time it's just start at a frigid factory and then you go to the other two areas. Like really? And I try to drift. You can drift with it, but it's really kind of hard to drift with the Phantom Wedge. And like I said last week, I really do hope Rockstar adds more classic vehicles like the Deluxo and others, like a classic Cheetah. And I hope they do it before they do gun running. But it's a wait and see, you know? Uh-oh, I think I got stuck. Oh, no. And, there we go. Hmm. Might. Let me check my stream real quick. I wonder, who was the other person watching? Oh, crap, I can't. Yeah. Went too fast. The light poles, man, they still have power even though you knock them off. Hey, what's going on? We're the third person watching. Oh, I made it. Oh, he's gonna blow up. He is gonna blow up. Yep, blew up. Alright, we're right here. I'm gonna stop. We got 8 minutes left and back it up. For my car for later. Give me that. I don't know if this will work, but You mean? Or run a hypervisor. Hang on. Alright, let's go. We're at 3 minutes, so we're gonna go and hit these last 3. Now the reason why I wait, I mean you can wait until like the 4 minute. 4 minutes is better than 3 minutes. But even so, if you waited 4 to 3 minute range, you get 30,000. Hey, wait a minute, where's my car? Call for the bastard. Now, crap baskets.